In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why I think it's finally time for Microsoft to kill Xbox Live Gold.
The time draws near. Get ready.
How's it going, everyone? Keiran here for Play to Win. I want to talk about why I think it is now time for Microsoft to maybe not kill the idea of Xbox Live Gold, but at least morph it into something else or just combine it with Game Pass. I'm going to go through the list of this year's games with gold. I have them pulled up here, so I'm going to start with May. So in about 2 days from now, you're going to be able to download Armello, Dungeons 3, Lego Batman, and Tropico 4 for free with Xbox Live Gold. This is actually one of the better months, in my opinion, for games with gold in recent memory. Specifically for Lego Batman and Tropico 4, I know a lot of people really enjoy those games. I have a feeling a lot of people have Lego Batman already, but if you don't recommend playing it, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. And then I've never played any of the Tropico games, but I know a lot of people really enjoy those games. Armello and Dungeons 3 I've never heard of, and you'll probably see that's a common theme as we go through these other months. Starting with April, so this month's games with gold, is Vikings Wolves of Midgard, Truck Racing Championship, Dark Void, and Hardcore Uprising. I've heard of Dark Void. I think I've played this maybe back when I still had my 360. I'm sure I played like a tiny sliver of this game, but not really a lot. March's games with gold consisted of Warface Breakout, Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse, Metal Slug 3, and Port Royal 3. I have never heard of any of these games. I didn't download any of them. I had no interest in downloading any of them. I genuinely don't think I've downloaded a Games with Gold game in over a year. I haven't seen the need to. None of them have really appealed to me. And if any of them did, chances are I already had them. February's Games with Gold was definitely one of the best months, I would argue, ever for Games with Gold, but especially over the past year and a half. Starting off, you had Gears 5, Resident Evil, Dandara Trials of Fear Edition, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and Lost Planet 2. I played Gears 5, I really enjoyed that game, so it was quite shocking that they actually included it with February's Games with Gold, especially when you get it through Game Pass. Resident Evil, I've never played Resident Evil, but that's actually a fairly good game to give away with Games with Gold. So I've heard of Lost Planet 2 before. I've never played it. I've never looked into it, so I have no idea what it is. And the others I've never heard of. I mean, obviously I've heard of Indiana Jones, but I've never heard of the game. Rounding out this sort of list is January's Games with Gold, which included Little Nightmares, Dead Rising, The King of Fighters 13, and Breakdown. I've never played Little Nightmares. I don't really want to. I've played the original Dead Rising a little bit. It's a fairly good game, and the other two I haven't heard of. Like I said, you'll notice that's a common theme when I go through the list of games with gold games. Microsoft are not, in my opinion, they are not putting good enough quality games into games with gold, especially when you compare it to PlayStation Plus, when in recent months, just off the top of my head, I know they have given away the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I'm pretty sure if you combine all the games on the list, all the lists I just read it for games with gold, the Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out on top of all of them combined. Another couple off the top of my head is Destruction All-Stars and Control Ultimate Edition, which launched into PlayStation Plus on day one. PlayStation is providing considerably more value with PlayStation Plus games than Microsoft are. And I think the main reason for this is Game Pass. All of Microsoft's first-party games go into Game Pass day and date. They would rather you be unhappy with games with gold and have that be a reason you sign up to Game Pass. Me and Tyler have talked about it on the podcast before. Xbox Live Gold still exists. I think both of us agree, solely for the people who don't want Game Pass, who don't want to be paying another $10 a month because they're probably not going to play half the games on the service. In my opinion, the only real benefits to Xbox Live Gold are online multiplayer that you would still have to pay for, so the likes of Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, and Halo the Master Chief Collection. just to name a few off the top of my head, and cloud saves. Those are really the only two benefits that I think there are to Xbox Live Gold. What I would love to see Microsoft do is say, okay, we're going to scrap Xbox Live Gold and we are just going to offer Game Pass, which includes online multiplayer and cloud saves. Just scrap games with gold entirely. Use whatever money you're spending on games with gold and put that towards bringing more games to Game Pass. Whether that be just, adding the 4 games you would have put into games with gold into Game Pass for that month. I really, really don't think an Xbox Live Gold subscription is worth it anymore. I think it would be far more consumer friendly for them to just scrap Xbox Live Gold and incorporate the benefits of Xbox Live Gold into the base level of Game Pass. They're still making their $10 a month. They're still getting that subscription, but they're not, in my opinion, charging more than the value is, if that makes sense. Right now I wouldn't say Xbox Live Gold is worth $10 a month. I would say it's probably worth maybe $5, but 10 in my opinion is stretching it. I even think they might get some more subscriptions if you just phase out Xbox Live Gold, incorporate the benefits of that into Game Pass, and then charge people for Game Pass. Because Game Pass is clearly where they want their subscriptions. Game Pass, you're getting like big AAA games launching into Game Pass day one, like PlayStation have been doing with PlayStation Plus. It's very clear that that's where their focus is. That their focus isn't going to shift from there. They are absolutely not putting the amount of focus on games with gold and Xbox Live Gold that they did in the past, and instead focusing on Game Pass. So why would you not just scrap Xbox Live Gold entirely, keep Game Pass at the same price, keep it at $10 and say, okay, it now includes online multiplayer and cloud saves. That's going to conclude this video for this week. I think Microsoft really need to take a look at the structure of their services and readjust for their new focus. Thank you all very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tick the notification bell so you know when new videos go live. A podcast goes out on Monday. New videos like this go out every Friday with either myself or Tyler hosting. Thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you for the podcast on Monday. Peace.